for more on this, let's bring in France 24's Julia Seeger. Julia, first of all, what's Threads like, and will it really be a threat to Twitter?
Well, Jeannie, Threads is actually very similar to Twitter with, a general feed that actually already features major institutional actors like Netflix. And I think one of its major advantages is the fact that it's completely intertwined with Instagram, of course. So you're going to be able, for instance, to auto follow the same users that you have on Instagram. And that's huge considering the community that Instagram has today. Now, it is indeed the biggest competitor to Twitter, no doubt about that. And it comes at a convenient time, as you said, because Elon Musk just recently announced the implementation as he said, on a temporary basis of the limit of the number of tweets that people are going to be able to read per user per day. And of course, that has upset many users, but also and mainly advertisers and developers. And the reason why is because the reason why Elon Musk wants to do this is because Twitter has been used by these developers to train their AI generative models. So if you want to have an AI that can answer to people, you need to train it on a platform on real-time conversations. And hence, so many companies were now harnessing all of this data on Twitter that Twitter had to have more data centers to be able to uphold all of that traffic. Now, in recent months, Elon Musk has also made other unpopular decisions, for instance, including turning account verification into a paid service, but also laying off huge amounts of people, especially when it comes to the moderation teams. Now, some people, Jeannie, I think, are still bound to stay on Twitter, perhaps because they do agree with Elon Musk's quest, as he says, to restore freedom of speech. But others are probably indeed, and as we've seen, 10 million people in just 7 hours have already shifted to Threads. First of all, because they're probably already on Instagram, but also because they see Twitter and Elon Musk as very unpredictable and very volatile. And those are actually the two words that Adam Mosseri, the head of Instagram, used to explain why he had a boulevard now to create Threads.
Right, but for the moment, Threads is still not available for users here in Europe. Why is that?
Well, indeed, it did open in the United States and in the UK, but other countries in Europe are still going to have to wait a little bit longer. And the reason why is because Threads intend to harness a lot of personal data, so medical information, purchases, contacts, but also locations, and also sensitive financial information. And of course, that goes against, for instance, the GDPR privacy rules that we have here in the United States and in France, excuse me. And also the other topic is that there's the Digital Markets Act that was just voted in May here in Europe. And this is an antitrust law. And so Mark Zuckerberg wants to see what could be the consequences of that new law on Threads. So that's perhaps also why he's taking a little bit more time. You know that Meta is already facing a lot of fines when it comes to antitrust laws for breaching antitrust laws, but also more recently a 405 million euro fine for failures in protecting the data of young children.
Julia, thank you for that. Thanks for filling us in on Threads, that new platform launched by Meta and Mark Zuckerberg.